Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Life on Two Wheels, and today is 7th of October and I have received some package. This is basically not a gift, so I've ordered it. It's Endurostan's Tornado 2, which is a dry bag for traveling. So let's begin the unboxing part. So here it is. Let's put the box aside. This is the bag. Let me just quickly open it. Okay, so this is the bag, the main unit. Then you get two Endurostan's ROK straps with it. It is basically designed by ROK and it is specifically for Endurostan. So let's open the main bag. So this is the complete size of the bag. Let me just move the camera so that you can see the inside of it. This is how the bag looks from the inside. The one that you see there, the gap, that white portion, it's the cut in the inner liner, which is there for putting the name card. Let me show it from here. So don't worry about it, it's not gonna allow the water in. Apart from that, there is these mesh pocket in the inside of the bag. Well, the inside is pretty nicely colored. That's because it would be easier to spot things inside the bag. Apart from the color, you see that there are pockets inside. Let me just put the camera here so that I can show it better. Okay, so these pockets, this lower one which has the zip, it is not mesh, it is a complete fabric pocket, so you do not see, it's not see-through, the lower one. And above that you see these organizer compartment kind of a thing, which is made of mesh. Now you can see my hand through it. There is one in the middle which is a bit wider, and then there are smaller ones on each sides, so you can put some tools or maybe some cards or your toiletries into this, so this can come pretty handy for that. Apart from that, there is no inner or outer pockets. You just have this big giant bag like a sack. Now this fabric, the thing that it is made of, the inner one looks like it's a tarpaulin, but it's probably something better than that, because I can see some fabric kind of a thing built inside this material. So it's definitely not tarpaulin, but it looks even sturdier than that. And outside you have this really coarse material. I'm not sure what it is made of. You can very well go and find that out on the official website. You'll get the materials name over there, but one thing I can assure you is that it's really sturdy, it's really tough. So yes, I think it would be really long lasting and weatherproof. Okay, so let me quickly show you how this bag works, how to close it, because it doesn't have any zipper or any velcro kind of a thing. So those who are new to these roll top bags, so this is what roll top means. You have this open-ended sack like you just saw, and what you do is you simply align these together and you start rolling this. And I think the best practice is that there should be at least 3 rolls. Now that I have the 3 rolls, now what I need to do is I would take this and close this buckle over here. Also the same thing on the other side. And on top of that you have these 2 straps that need to go over here. Okay, so this is how it is supposed to look. Not as flat as it looks right now. Obviously it should be stuffed with luggage and it would look something like this. I'm holding it the other way around. Yeah, like this. Yeah, one more thing, why the companies have switched to these roll top kind of bags. These are known to be storm proof or all weather proof. Different name chosen by different companies. They all mean the same, which is that once you roll these properly, you need not worry about any kind of weather. You can ride in rain, you can ride in sand, you can ride in snow. You do not need to worry about any of those weather conditions. Okay, so I'll try and show you how to mount this bag on the bike so that you can have a better idea how the bag looks on the bike and how difficult or how easy is it to mount this kind of a luggage on the days when you do not want to waste a lot of time tying bungee cords.
3 weeks later.
Okay, so this is how the bike looks after the bag is loaded on the bike. You can see these are the rock straps that I have used for mounting the bag. Pair of them comes with the bag itself, and it is right now mounted on the tail rack of my GS310 from BMW. As you can see, the rear seat is vacant. So the bag is easy to remove as well from the bike. You don't have to spend whole lot time of tying and untying the bungee cords. As you can see, these are the buckles. You would just unbuckle these rock straps, then remove these straps from this holder. You will simply pull the bag off the bike, and even if you want to open the bag while on the bike itself, what you need to do is you will simply unbuckle these, unbuckle the sides as I have shown you earlier, and your bag would be ready to be unrolled. You can simply take out whatever you want to take out and then repeat the procedure of rolling the bag back. So even these rock straps are pretty easy to do and undo from the bike, because these work pretty much the same way how your backpack in your school used to work. So yeah, these are simply that kind of mounts. Okay, and to give you the idea of the dimensions of the bag, so if you see the rear section of the bike, which is pretty narrow, so looking at that you will find that the bag is little wider. But if you measure the bag with the handlebar, it comes roughly around here on both the sides. So it would be starting from here and ending towards the same place of the other handlebar. So all in all, it is a bit narrower than your handlebar. Also, as you have seen, I have installed a couple of accessories like this windscreen as well as the bark busters and the radiator guard as well. But these will be reviewed in another video. I'll be using these for this trip, and after that I'll be letting you know about what are the drawbacks and what are the pros and cons basically of all of these. So for now, this is the bag. You have seen pretty much everything that I could have told you. I might review it for the longer term after this trip. So subscribe the channel and keep watching this space. Till then, bye bye.